So after beating Act 10 and reaching Saluto, you can finally do maps, which are called Chaoscards. In most of the games like Torchlight and Path of Exile, we refer to them as maps. Yeah, for that you have to know a few things. First of all, there's 3 buttons here on this Chaos statue. The first button brings you to an upgrade menu. Here's basically all of the different map types that are available, different layouts and so on. And if you click on your favorite one and then find a fitting option, you can use dark crystals, which you find while doing maps. So you do that a little bit later once you have 150, and then you add them here. And for 150 you can actually level that up to level 1. So you can see I need 150, it costs a little bit of gold, and after that I need 10 more of the star crystals to unlock one of the options. I actually put a crystal chance on these so far, and I'm not really running favorite maps right now. I'm just running every map that I find that is the higher level that I want to run, so I'm not really having a system here yet. I'm just going from top to bottom, filling them out. But if you have favorite maps already, then you can put in your favorite maps, of course. Then the second tab is where you actually run the maps. You can just enter them here, and then it tells you here what is the bonus chance of finding loot and so on and so on. And like here you can see it's not identified yet. If you identify a map, you can see the info, but you don't have to identify it. You can just start the map. The options are hidden, but it's still affecting the map. You just don't know what it is. And since identification scrolls is kinda rare, I don't recommend identifying blue maps. I just run them without identifying them. Then what you can do here is you can actually see there's a level of the Chaos statue, and that goes all the way up to level 20. I'm at level 11 currently. And the higher you have that, the higher maps you can drop and the higher maps you can run. See, if I put this to Chaos level 1, it only allows me to run tier 1 maps. I cannot enter the tier 4 map. It doesn't let me activate it. So I have to boost it up until it says, okay, the limit is level 4, so I can run that. And the higher I go, the more rewards I will be getting. I can also run a tier 1 map that has all of the bonus rewards. But then the tier 1 map has the monster level increased by +5, which makes it harder, of course. But it also drops better loot and better experience. Okay, if you click here, you can actually see what all of the ranks unlock. And it gives some good bonus XP, so I'm mostly running the highest level. You should make sure though that it doesn't affect your clear speed a lot. I do all of my maps under 3 minutes right now, except if the layout is super horrible, but then I make sure not to run this layout again if I can avoid it. Okay, then there's another button up here that is kind of hidden, and you unlock that actually once you reach level 10 here. And what you can do here is upgrading your rare maps. But for being able to do so, you have to identify the rare maps first. So these are actually run identified, and you can see here all of the stats that the map actually has. Like the amount of monsters is increased by 22%, so you have a lot of better density, but also the health is increased a lot, the damage is increased a lot, and the same works on blue maps, but they have less multipliers. And there's also a lot of bonus loot on doing a rare map. Okay, so what you can do here is though, you can put in your yellow map, and then you can put in this darkness energy or night energy or something. I think it's called darkness energy. I'm not sure about the English name though. And sorry, you can see it increases all of the loot that I gain, but it also increases the monster level again. So when we do this here, it shows that us it leveled up by 5 levels, and now the monster level here is increased by another 5 levels. So this map will have a lot of levels on it right now. +5 here and +5 here. Okay, so what you can also do is add one of these stones here. These stones add influence to the map, which leads you to The only time I tried that so far, we can try it again later in the video. The only time I tried it so far, it added more mobs to the map, and it also opened a portal to a boss fight after half of the map was cleared. Sorry guys, I'm still sick. Um, yeah, and these stones you can actually find in the store for gold. So you can buy 2 of them per day. I guess it is worth to buy a bunch of them early on before you actually run them all the time, since later on I guess it will be a bottleneck, since they are mostly sold for currency. Make sure you have enough space in your boxes though to be able to run them. You can also make a second character if you want to go completely free to play. I decided to buy stash tabs in the game. That's the only thing I buy, and yeah, I don't enjoy pay to winning in games, so the stash tabs are okay. I'm doing the same in Path of Exile, so why not do that here since I'm enjoying my time. Okay, and the final third tab here is the daily missions tab, and you can see it has a bunch of different missions and rewards to it. In here you can see each reward that the mission is giving, and then like kind of like bingo, if you do them in a row you get the bonus rewards that is here. This one I need to do these 3. I haven't done that, so I don't get that. For example, here the 3 one I still want to do because I want the gold. So I click here on mission start, and then it tells me here what to do, and I can actually click here to see if I have any of the maps for running this. And you can see I have a lot, so that's good. We can run that. Yeah, down here actually you can reroll for 5,000 gold the reward that is given, and you can reset the daily mission, which changes to another thing. You can see now it's Ganida instead of 3, and I can start this instead. Okay, do I still have maps for that? Yes. If it turns out you don't have the maps, but you don't want to spend 5,000 gold on rerolling it because you don't have much gold or you don't want to waste gold, and you don't have many maps anyway, so the chance of getting the correct map is low, or it sometimes happens that you run out of maps if you die a bunch of times in the early endgame, then you can go to this vendor here and buy your maps. And you can just see right here it says the layout. What you can also do is you can buy 5 of these. You can find your favorite layout and then run just 5 of them just to get an early start. But gold is really valuable. You need it for upgrading runes a lot in the end game, so don't waste gold if you don't have to. I want to run the rare map to see if there's another boss fight happening. If I put this stone in here that I have banked apparently. Yeah, usually my map time is... Ah yeah, rare maps give you a special mission. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. You can tell it here or on the rare map as well what's the mission. There can be missions like maximum allowed use of potions, you have to inflict status effects, you have to kill the map boss in a certain amount of time, and so on and so on. And as you see, the stone that we added to the map actually is adding area of effects to the map, and the map feels really hard right now. Usually I one-shot most of the mobs, even in tier 6, tier 7 maps. So I need to be a little bit careful. I recommend running like 1 or 2 resurrection scrolls on you, just in case some random one-shots hits you. If you decide to use your daily stones for the map, just so you don't lose your map. One of the missions can also be maximum allowed resurrections, this kind of stuff. So before hitting level 10, you can also save your rare maps for later. So you can use the darkness energy to upgrade them, which leads to a lot more loot from the certain maps. And yeah, what I usually do is I clear the map until the red bar on the right side is filled up. That's when you can complete the map. And then once that is filled up, you can instantly kill the boss and start the next map. On rare maps though, you can full clear the map, since that gives you a lot more loot and bonus experience. Okay, let's focus on this boss here a little bit. This is the boss we got from putting this bonus stone inside. And I think it will drop a influenced item. I'm not sure though. I've only done one so far, and maybe it's a chance, maybe it is actually dropping it. And yeah, that sucks now that we died here. I'm not that tanky yet, sadly. I'm mostly focused on running damage. So right now I'm focusing on getting more melee resists, since maps are starting to get harder. So yeah, I want to talk about why is the reason why do I not full clear maps in normal and magic difficulties. The reason for that is when you complete the map, it actually gives you the experience needed for upgrading your chaos statue. And the more maps you do, the more experience you get for the chaos statue. So I find that running more maps in a shorter time is good, so I can push into higher tier maps easier. On these choose rare maps though, I tend to mostly clear them. Unless I have to backtrack a lot, then I don't want to. But as long as I don't have to backtrack a lot, then I will mostly clear that. And as you can see, the upgraded rare maps, they spawn in these purple mobs. They are kinda hard to kill, but give a lot of loot. So you can save your rare maps and upgrade them later once you unlock level 10. I'm lagging here. Okay, seems very good. Okay. And now I could already do the boss, but I want to get more bonus experience. Your character actually gets 20% bonus experience after completing the map boss. So in rare maps I full clear first, so I get more bonus experience, but in other maps it doesn't matter because you get basically an infinite amount of maps. The final boss almost every time drops a map, so you can never run out of maps really, unless you die like every 2 or 3 maps. If you die and don't use the resurrection scroll, you cannot enter the map again. So that's also important to know, yeah. So as you can see here, for clearing the map boss, I get bonus experience, a huge amount since this was a rare boosted map. I get chaos experience for the statue, and I get bonus rewards for completing the mission that I got. And then you can just leave the map like you would use a tone portal scroll. Okay, so we can check it here, and our level actually went up here. And what I found out is magic maps drop mostly from normal maps and magic maps, and rare maps drop mostly from magic maps. Maybe they exclusively drop from magic maps and higher. I haven't tested that. You can also get purple or red maps that are kinda hard to get though. I only gotten one so far out of one of these boxes. And you get these boxes from doing the missions in rare maps. And we actually got 2 stones. That's really good. So we can run 2 more choose maps. Okay, and here's the item we got from the boss. I'm going to identify it so we can see that. And yeah, you can see it's the like the item base is the normal item base, and then it has one of the bonus stats here. These are random, so you can get really good ones like area damage or health or movement speed depending on the item slot. And then you can get one influence that is depending on the boss, I believe. The boss that, or the influence that was on the map. And yeah, that's mostly what I know about mapping so far. I know there's unique maps. I've seen them on the crafting table. I believe in here. So you can get these, or really high level maps, yeah, with these kind of stones. And these stones you can buy at the ore vendor, but I haven't gotten to that point yet, so I guess I will update you guys in a later video. Like and subscribe if you want. I'm not a professional YouTuber, though I'm posting a few videos about this game just to help out the community, since I didn't find much infos myself about this game yet. As you can see, you can also buy maps from this guy. It's giving you random maps though. And the guild vendor also sells map, but I don't recommend buying them. There's better stuff to buy from the guild vendor. Alright, yeah. Thanks guys. If you want more general tips, I have a video on that on my channel, where I go about like 20 or so different tips. Everything that I found out so far about the game that's worth mentioning. And I hope you are having a good time, and I see you in the next video, I guess. Cheers.